The topic that we are discussing is on consistency and the meaning of consistency. So today I will be having a movement maker. I'm gonna be doing a live today with her, and her name is Lady. And me and her actually they spoke this morning, on which it was basically almost like an hour therapeutical messages that we did this morning as we discussed on the topic on which I did wanted her to help me out on some pointers on which she is gonna discuss with us today on the topic on which I was letting her know that I did had a little hard time on being consistent, and I wanted it to address that, and also to discuss or find ways on where we can improve on being more consistent on any topic or any issue or any goal that you are trying to achieve. So I was discussing with Lady, and I was letting her know that lately, actually on Sunday, excuse me, sorry about that. I'm using my teeth, I know, but I'm trying to so I can continue speaking to be consistent with my with what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
So I was guys, I was telling you about consistency and what it means. So I was explaining to her that I personally haven't been consistent on working on trying to work on improving. No more. I'm trying to work on improving on being. Excuse me. Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
And being consistent on example on my product or on my health or what I'm trying to accomplish. So I personally feel that consistency, in order to achieve any type of goal, you need to be able to be consistent. Me personally, I feel that maybe I did fell off on some ways, but I did try to continue to stay focused, continue to be positive, continue to search on YouTube, watching motivational speakers like Evan Carmichael, which that is what is built to serve. That where I am. I love it. I love it. I love the people that are in it, and I love the consistency that it helps us each month to be able to accomplish some of our goals. Continue to follow. Also, like I like watching Jim Roy. I like watching Cardone, right? Cardone, I forgot his first name. I love watching Coach Payne. Yes, shout out to Coach Payne, definitely. And then the other one from which one it is that? I be watching them all the time. Oh, Les Brown. Yes, Les Brown. It started with Les Brown. No, Les Brown. It started with Joel Osteen. But I also love Joel Osteen. I love, oh my God, there's so many of them. And there was Pena. The last name is Pena. Oh my God, he is amazing. I think it's Danny Pena. Yes, I've been watching him lately, and I love the way he speaks. So I continue to, even though maybe I did fall out on some areas, I kept continuing to find ways on which I can be inspired and be able to inspire other people to just continue no matter what. Like sometimes I feel like in order to continue improving yourself, you also have to try to cut down on some areas on where thank you, honey. On some areas on which, me personally, I definitely had to cut down. Thank you, mommy. I had to cut down on areas on which it was being harmed. But we will discuss this with Lady. I would like you guys to introduce you to Lady. I'm gonna have her join. Hold on one second.
I'm not hearing you. Hey, that's weird. I could.
Okay, so I have a feeling that I was talking, but it probably been mute because I guess I had it on the Bluetooth. But I came in to let people know that we are discussing a topic and which is very important, which is this month's topic on which we were talking about consistency. And I was discussing that I had a hard time throughout these challenges that we are having on building makers, movement makers, not building makers. Yeah, but we're building something. The movement makers, and I was discussing saying, on the topic on which, in order to be able to accomplish any type of goal, we need to be able to keep consistently working, whether it's improving either on our health, improving on our mind. There are days that we are gonna have to like force ourselves. And I just want you to come in and just discuss on the topic, and then just we can go back and forth on questions, and then we'll talk about whatever you like. So how are you today?
Okay, it's fine for me. So, yeah, you already gave a little bit away in your earlier life,
I
and
know, but
we've been
I
talking.
yes, I did, but we didn't discuss what we were what I feel like I need that from you definitely. I want to be able to discuss and because I do see you all the time, every day, every
Yeah,
minute.
I go live quite a lot. That's true.
Yeah, and that's what basically we're supposed to do, right? In order to be able to, uh, you know, uh, target or enable to do what we are trying to do, as you as an influencer, a speaker, as a motivator, as a therapist. So go ahead.
I'm a whole bunch of things. That's true. Hi
Yeah.
there.
Hi, this is my little one.
Ah,
But go
sweet.
ahead. What?
So,
How about consistency
yeah,
in
talking
in
about
that challenge?
consistency. So we are both part of the Movement Maker group. You already said something about it. So that's from Evan Carmichael. Evan Carmichael is the YouTube expert. And so he gave us this challenge, and it started with, okay, do 3 collaborations per month, and make
Mhm.
sure that you have a handout for people. And then he said, like, but you know what? how often do you actually go live? Because if you go live like once a week, then maybe you should go live 3 times a week. And then if
Mm-hmm.
you go live 3 times a week, maybe you should go live 7 times a week.
Oh,
So then,
yeah.
of course, he started to encourage us doing TikTok, which of course is for him like a 1 minute video.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, yeah, you should do it like every day, and then maybe 3 times a day. And I was like, I
Yes.
agree.
So basically, you gotta be there every second. I try,
Yeah,
I try
yes.
to make at least video, just so, something, just to continue, because sometimes, honestly, with you, if you don't keep consistency, the momentum kind of like dies down, and then you start questioning yourself. You start, should I be doing this? Like I felt that way, and I think I felt that way last month. When I think it's sometimes when consistency is very hard to continue to be consistent, especially if you're going through some type of something that is going on, because in life, it's never consistent. It's always a hustle on which you just have to remain consistent and focus on how to improve it. What ways would you say that you can tell the audience?
Hey, I lost
You
focus
know,
again. Yeah, there you
it's
are.
okay. I'm sorry. Somebody was calling. Like, how would you say that, how you manage to be able to stay consistent? Like, what will be like some goals or some strategies, topics on which you will discuss that are best, and then I can share some of mine that I do.
Well, what for me really worked was at some point, because one of the movement makers, Sander Man, he was going live 3 nights a week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's what he did last year. And I was,
Wow.
most of the time I was there as part of the
Uh
panel.
huh.
And at some point I was like, I can do this too. And I wasn't planning on
Mhm.
doing it 3 nights a week. But I started
Mhm.
out in January doing it 1 time a week. And then in
Yeah.
February, Michael from Wheels and Warriors asked me to go live with him once a week too. So I've got 2 regular shows on the
That's
Wednesday and the
great.
Monday. So those are
Yes.
already 2 times.
That's
And
awesome.
and then I always like to make those little videos of things that I'm actually
Mhm.
doing, taking pictures, that stuff. So right now I'm thinking like, okay, so how can it be of use when I actually post it out there? And I have to say, using TikTok makes it a little bit easier for me because I love the little stickers and the
Oh
notes you can put
yes.
out there.
The music.
Yeah, it's
That's
so
our
much
that's
fun.
our that's when you get old, you try to when we get old, I'm like up there too. I'm 40, well, I'm 42, and it's like you gotta find the ways to entertain yourself, especially if you got little ones. Well, me. That's like the funnest. I be like, oh, doing every minute I try to do a TikTok because it's so easy. She'll be dropping some jewels, and I'm like, there you go. That's
Yes.
consistency right there.
Oh, well, that's it. I mean, why not share something about your daily life? And for me, daily life usually is a little bit of struggle, especially physically.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
now,
How is that with you?
well,
Yeah.
it's an ongoing thing. You know,
Yeah,
my
I know.
body is made the way that it's very flexible, and as a result, things can happen. So I'm still learning
Yeah.
to walk again. And the way I describe it lately is I'll be so happy when my shock absorbers, as in my feet, will
Oh
be
yes, yes, definitely.
actually absorbing the shocks again from when I'm walking, because every time
Mhm.
my heel is on the floor, it's like boom, boom, you know.
Mhm.
And it's improving. I got myself a new mattress and also new top layer mattress. I'm doing a lot of exercises, so
Perfect.
we're
Are you
getting
doing
there.
like elevations and stuff? like elevations, like putting the pillows on the bottom and then, elevating, letting your feet rest. So,
Yes.
when the blood, especially
Yeah.
that will help. Um, what it calls baths. I don't know if you like baths, but I personally do a lot of baths because I also have like problems with my back or my I had like a car accident and I had a fall. So all this is kind of like it's it was damaged. So all this, the back of this is kind of damaged, and then this at the bottom, and also in my back. So I can
Hmm.
definitely, especially when it hits the sciatic and then the legs. Oh, forget it. So I can definitely and your pain. And I have done a lot of meditation, stretching, a lot of teas. If you put on, whenever you do your baths, if you do the Epsom salt is very good for you. Um, like stuff like that is good. But I definitely yoga, stretching. Oh my.
Stretching, stretching. Yeah, I have to be careful with the stretching because I can stretch
Yeah,
too
be
much.
careful. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
and then
that's
and it hurts. Oh, I know. I know.
yeah,
I kind
it's
of going
both.
through the same thing.
Yeah, I assumed so already a little bit. But it's like when I'm in the bed, I've got a little pillow underneath my knees actually, because
Uh huh.
otherwise they'll go like this. So
Oh
it's
oh
the difference
oh
between this and that, you know.
oh man. Yeah, but you know what? It may be that way, but you still continue, and that's what people need to hear. Like no matter what type of struggle you are going on, you still have a dream and a goal, and that you want to achieve, and on which sometimes it can be a struggle, but as long as you stay consistent, definitely you'll continue.
Now,
You
I
know.
believe that if we show our struggle or our road to recovery, or however you want to call it, like those little bike rides I might make at night, and
Mhm.
that at some point I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, my back is hurting, okay, let's get on the
Yes.
bike. I know that works,
Mhm.
or when I'm walking again.
Uh
I
huh.
like to, record a little bit of the environment. Okay, see, this is me walking. This is how it works, and that way people can actually see like I'm going out there every day, trying to make an effort to actually get moving. And just recently, on part of a Instagram post, I actually didn't post it on TikTok because I wasn't certain. You can actually see me. Um, um, Having some fun with the cat. I was stroking the cat, going through
Yeah.
the fur. And then I needed to get back up again. So I was lying flat on the floor, and then I was like, okay, now I need to get back up. And that's what I like about TikTok and all the other programs. Then you can like literally say, oh my God, I need to get back up again. um,
Really.
so I did, and
No.
I learned to literally walk back,
Mm-hmm.
put my hands on my knees, and then go up. So on Instagram, there's actually a little short video, and you can actually see me at some point get up. And for some reason, it's slow motion in the middle, so you hear me like, "Rrr, rrr, rrr," and I'm like, "Ooh, what happened?" But and those things are like, okay, this is life for me too. And at some point, I'll be boxing again.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
And I'm waiting for those moments.
that's great. Is if you don't mind, is this from like an accident, or is it from like
Um,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be nosy, but
no, no,
uh
no, no, it's okay. Well, like I said, I'm flexible, so this is my hand instead of
uh,
this, and that's mostly throughout my body. So when you see my knees, instead of going like this, they go like this too.
oh, because
Same for my ankles.
gymnastics.
Yeah, what's called, it's hyper flexible. So I can put this thumb
Oh,
on my wrist. I don't like doing it, but I can do it.
oh,
So
I seen people that do the yeah.
yeah, I can literally.
Oh, don't do it.
Not
So please
today.
don't.
I can actually put it on there.
But that's good. I mean, at least by you keep every day. I think, with therapy, sometimes, like, with definitely it will, like, it strengthen your muscles, and hopefully you'll be walking again, the right way. And it'd be nice, because I know, I'm pretty sure it's definitely a struggle. I definitely had my knee and my ankle, I think, at the same time I had surgery. So I definitely know how it is to be walking in those crutches, with the boo, with the legs being stretched, with, like, the bike trying to, like, not even, like, move it without even, like, pedaling that, and you like, what's going on? Or, like, even right now, like this, I can left it, but I'm like, I left it, like, but if I left it any more of that, if I don't get those shots or the trigger points that they
Yeah.
give, oh, forget it. Without those, it's like, and it's crazy. That's why sometimes, I think that us, whenever, you feel that way, we feel like, instead of, and I don't know about you, but I don't like resting too much. So instead of resting, I like to, be conversating, or like talking, or learning, or reading, or YouTubing, or listening to inspirational people. Which ones are your favorite?
Well, I do have to rest a lot because every time I've gone to the physical therapist or I've been walking, my brain basically needs to adjust. So
Oh,
that takes up energy. So
yeah.
I sleep a lot during the day, depending on what I've done. So tomorrow I'll be going to the physical therapist in the afternoon. Right after, I can promise you I will sleep. And like earlier today, I've been sleeping as well, and that's probably because my back is still trying to get back to what it is supposed to be. Um, but otherwise, um, yeah, of course, I love to do the lives and talking to other people and doing all that stuff. And I like to go
Put
outside.
pants on. Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. I'm listening. Trust me, I'm listening, but
I'm
I gotta, like,
enjoying the
double pick.
view for a second.
Oh, you want to see it? All right, all right.
Yeah,
Look. Okay, so
I,
this
I
is
was
my
looking at
backyard.
what was
Okay.
going on outside.
Look.
Mm,
That's my plant. That's the
yeah.
little, my baby. I give her a little playground for her behind. I got flowers
Uh-huh.
up here. I colored the things yellow, blue, and red, because that was gonna be my brand, that I was doing, and I'm still doing it, But I just made my outside like a little, like, a little me
Yeah, that's
for the
cool. That's
baby,
cool. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. Over here we are basically trying to live with 70 million people on a very small surface,
Where
especially
Where
in
are
the
you
part of the
located, if
Netherlands
you don't
where I
mind?
live.
Yeah,
I live
where
in
are
the
you
Netherlands.
located? Oh
In the
man,
Netherlands?
what is that nearby? Netherlands. What is that nearby?
What's nearby? Well, just imagine the Atlantic Ocean,
Oh, nice.
and then you go across the Atlantic Ocean, and then
Okay.
you come, and then you find Europe.
Is it
And
red? Oh, you're right.
yeah, I'm in Europe.
Guess what? I just found out, no lie. Well, I don't know, but I just found out that I'm also European. I was telling you that I guess I'm a European too.
So which part of
I'm
Europe?
I'm a little mix of, I guess, for whatever, European, Ecuadorian, and Spain. So Spanish, you can say.
Yeah,
If you
Spain is a part of Europe, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I found out that after 42 years, I just found out that last month that that's what I am.
Okay, so some other country besides Spain in Europe, or specifically Spain?
Ecuadorian. I'm Ecuadorian, but my, I
Hmm.
guess, dad was European and Spanish, or whatever you want to
Yeah,
call
but
it.
Spain is part of Europe, so
Also, so it's Spain. I don't know. So I guess European and Spain is the same thing.
uh, Spain,
just
Holland, UK, Portugal, France, Germany, Belgium, Switzerland, Norway, Finland, Denmark. I'm forgetting one. That's all Greece. It's all Europe.
oh, okay. So one of them. How about that?
So you can compare when you have the US, you have all these states.
Mm-hmm. Got
But the US itself, of course, is a
so
continent.
it's called Europe.
Uh,
Got
yeah,
you.
so Europe is the continent, and instead of
And
states,
Spain,
we have
I guess
our
that
countries.
so I'm Spain Spanish.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Spanish would be about 16, 20 hours driving from here.
Really?
So usually it would take over a day. And
Have
if
you
you would fly, it would be about 2 hours flying, a little less,
no.
about 2 hours.
You been there?
Yes, I've been there a couple of times. I'm considering buying a house over there in Spain.
You joking. Is it beautiful?
Oh yes, it's beautiful and it's a nice
Uh,
climate all year round. It's sort of warm, especially compared to the Netherlands. So we don't have the extreme temperatures you
oh,
do.
nice.
We
I
do
might
have the.
to see how it looks. I don't know how I don't I never all I know what is I hear Spain, but I don't know how it looks or. But I'm gonna look at it. Maybe like YouTube a video
I have
like
some
what
videos. I've
do
got some
you?
videos on Instagram.
All
Yeah,
right,
I do.
great. And your YouTube, right? What is YouTube? So the
Lady
followers
Lexy's live
follow
on the
you.
road.
Okay, that's
It's
great.
all Lady Lexy's live on the road. It just was easier because Lady Lexy is being taken so many times.
Yes, yes, definitely. And also, I don't know, I haven't seen your YouTube yet, but I know Evan was talking about changing the picture. Were you able to change the picture for the
Yes, the
YouTube?
thumbnail. Yes, I did.
Yeah, because into, I try to study. Trust me, I not do a lot, but I'm always on point.
Well, Evan
But
has
I
this
was
gaming
looking at
channel.
good points.
Evan has this gaming channel,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of short videos which are on his gaming channel are actually, I guess, inspired by me because I'm asking him all these questions. So there's a little bit about.
Somebody has to ask them. I honestly with you, I think I haven't. I think I kind of like fall off, and I think in which I am trying to like figure it out, but I'm gonna see if maybe that can become a topic. Is on how to do a link. Like we do in the videos and stuff like that. I can definitely do the videos, but the link magnet, I try to like view it and review it, like how is do it. But I think you kind of need like somebody that knows about computers to legit help you with that, because I seen some of you guys. I seen Lima. She's doing the health. She's the whole health coach. Curly hair, glass.
Maria Lipuma.
La Puma. Yes,
Maria
yes.
Lipuma.
Maria Lipuma.
Yes.
Yes, she, definitely. She been sending me emails, and I know for a fact EJ. I don't know his first name. I
Edge.
forgot.
Yes.
Age. He definitely, like, I had to link up on his email because he was definitely also doing the emails that goes to it. So I hope I'm gonna suggest maybe for one of our topics to see, like, especially for some of the new ones, because I think I came in the middle when you guys were kind of like, well, obviously it's been almost like a year. I don't know when you've been there, but when I came through, you guys were already like past the magnet and everything. So I'm like a deer in a headlights, like my hair right now. Scare out.
Well, to be quite honest, I think I started with my first lead magnet back in 2012 or something,
Gee,
long before Evan Carmichael. But the thing is, you need to be consistent. And
yeah.
so I did know about the whole email sequence, but
Mm,
between being consistent, knowing and being consistent, those are two different areas So I basically used the last decade to learn to
Sorry.
actually be consistent and get recording. So I actually started recording myself on video. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the first time was somewhere around 2012, but I started doing it consistently since 2018 because
Yeah.
I had friends who came over from the US. They were touring
Mm-hmm.
Europe. So the first time I got to really hang out with them was in 2017, and I saw what they were doing, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Specifically, one of them, he was the one who edits all these little videos and did all that stuff, and I was like, I used to do that back in the days when I was at Academy of Arts.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Great.
was like, I want to do it again. So when they returned next year in 2018, I said, I'm going to go on tour with you. I'm going to take pictures, but I'm also going to make selfies. So there are a lot of videos out there from me, even in Spain, in Barcelona, when I got stuck at the airport because of those crutches you were referring to.
Yeah, yes.
Crutches and a suitcase, they don't go together. So, that was a little bit of a, but because of me wanting to document their tour and everything they were doing, I started
Uh-huh.
recording. And then well, it's over a year ago, I joined Evan. I saw Evan at Brandenburg Chart. So Brandenburg Chart, I've been following him well, since 2013, I guess.
And you
Um,
too?
Brandon started with all the marketing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't, I don't know, I don't remember he was specifically on YouTube.
Mm,
Um, but he was doing all these courses out there, so I actually have the DVDs. So that's
mm.
been a long time ago. And then in 2018, I decided to go see him. And that's basically how things started to shift. So I know a lot about email sequence and all that stuff, but it's the difference between knowing how to do it and actually um, doing it
Mm-hmm.
and being that consistent, because it is a lot of work to do it.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and so I'm ahead compared to to a number of people because I do know the tech stuff, and
Yes.
that's in my favor. So and the
Yeah.
thing is, when you
And
start,
Ida is gone. Yo, Ida took the bike and ran.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ida is a champ too.
And then Rose, I did. Rose was doing actually live. She was doing a live with I forgot his name, but I kind of like I like to like see who comes up in next, and definitely he was I don't know, he was the race driver. I'm not quite exactly you I'm not sure exactly who it was. The Rex Kevin something. Well, I don't know, but anyways, he's also a speaker. So but he definitely like I mean, I just love it because everybody like from movement makers, it hasn't having nothing but positive, you know what I mean? And sometimes when you go through stuff, and the fact that they can just pick you up from even if you like, I personally feel like I fell off for like 3 weeks, because of personal reasons, and I was trying to like force myself to continue to do it, but I knew for a fact that I was falling off. And but I just kept listening to the videos, just keep, you have to keep praying, keep, also consistency comes on you, being consistency. I started working out, so that kind of help out, and also definitely the summer is, I think in the summer is like you come alive. Me personally, I come alive. I feel like I'm like a teddy bear in winter, but in the summer I'm like, okay, I feel so happy because it feels so nice and warm. and,
Yeah, let's go out of hibernation sleep.
yeah,
Let's get living
yeah.
again.
And then I get out. Yes, a butterfly.
But you know, you're from Ecuador. My background is partially European, Dutch, and partially Asian, Indonesia. So
She's
I got the genes. My eyes are Portuguese, by the way. The
they're
round
not.
eyes are
They're
my
not. They're
Portuguese
not.
eyes. No.
My
I've got the round Portuguese
daughter
eyes.
has a little, like a little teeny.
No. I've got the big round eyes from my grandmother who's from Portugal.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
was. You do look. You definitely. Yeah, I can definitely see the Portuguese because I
Yeah.
definitely. Yo hablo un poquito de portugués.
Yeah. So that's true. There's French in there, a lot of
Oh,
Dutch.
nice. Yeah.
There's so much in there. So, but because of the Asian part, and
Uh-huh.
here in the Netherlands, it's cold. It's not as cold as it can be in the winters where you are at,
Mm.
but it still can be cold. So I've got a vitamin D shortage. So
Yes,
I
yes, you
need to go out there, and every bit of sunlight I can get, I need to get it, and I need to get extra vitamin D because otherwise I get what I call the winter blues. Like, oh, I don't feel like doing anything at all.
that's definitely, yes, you definitely was talking about one of the benefits, for, yeah, like I was explaining to you, I also do have postpartum depression, and which, it can be a hard journey, because you're not only trying to like pursue a dream, but you also trying to maintain your mind and stuff. And I was explaining to you, when the videos, because they were so personal, I think I personally like went back on what I was talking about, and that kind of like sometimes I feel like when people do suffer from it, and when they remember it, kind of like postpartum depression is like where you kind of like get stuck on the past and you just can't get out of that.
Yeah, the
And
PTSD, the post-trauma,
yeah,
post-traumatic stress.
um, yes, go ahead, you
Yeah.
explain, because you the expert. I just know what it is.
Well, when you experience something which has a great impact on you, and that's when we start talking about the traumatic experience. It's like, well, it's like it was 9/11, or when you have the first time you have a car accident,
Hmm.
especially depending on how worse it is. I mean, there's difference between you smashing your car into another car and you get out and that's it, but you are crying because it's like, oh my God, what just happened? And the
Yeah.
difference between your car is totally wrecked or you're spinning around on the highway. But the what's left of the imprint. So I remember when I got in this chain reaction of cars, bumping into one another. So I stopped in time because there were eight ducklings. They wanted to cross the highway. That wasn't the smartest idea, of course not. So
Mhm.
four of the ducklings, they got called back by their mom and they went back. And the other four ducklings, they went on. And well, by the time I stopped, they were in front of my wheels and I hadn't
Oh,
hit them. That was another car, about 10 cars who had done so. But the one behind
oh,
me, he drove into my car. And I remember when
oh
I
my God.
arrived at my destination, and I was like crying and crying, and I was like bawling, and it was new to me. But I was off track for a couple of days, and then it stopped. But when
Mm-hmm.
you are traumatized, as in, for instance, when you see a loved one die, or you experience something that, I mean, a lot of people they get into accidents or they encounter something which leaves big impressions on their mind. Like for instance, before my mom passed away in the last couple of years, because she was of old age, she started to change mentally. So
Mhm.
there was a Jekyll and Hyde
The
kind of
dementia.
behavior. And that Jekyll and kind of behavior, one moment she was my sweet mama, and she was referring to me like, oh, I remember when you were just a little one with the furry hair and all that stuff. And then the next
And then
one,
she would say,
moment, she could be the one who said, oh, I want to get a knife and want to stab it in your back and then twist it around. And,
mm,
those
mm,
things, of course, didn't match. So I had to overcome that and think about, okay, how am I dealing with this?
mhm,
And it's when people actually can no longer sleep, and they sleep like
mhm.
3 hours a night, for instance, and they're constantly having panic attacks. That's when you
Yes.
know, okay, something is wrong. You're having the same nightmare over and over again. The moment
Mhm.
you get in your deep sleep, that's when those nightmares hit you. So you don't want to get
Sweats.
in that deep, yes. So you don't want to get in that deep sleep, and that's when you know, okay, you can just bet you have PTSD. And
Mm.
that's the difference between the other examples I gave and those who, say, for instance, someone who committed suicide and you were on the phone with that person doing it.
Mm.
That can leave a big impression on you, just to list something. And it's those little those events which can really um, you know make you like, I'm scared of everything, and then all of a sudden everything is scared. Going outside is
Yeah.
scared, and oh
Outside,
my,
like you can't get out nowhere. You can't even like go to even to the bathroom sometimes. It's
yeah,
sad. It's like you get into like a freeze mode. Like you almost like your brain goes blank. Like
yeah,
it was bad.
yeah.
And
Some
I don't
people
know
get
how
a
like
massive headache.
yes, the headaches, the trim, the sweats, the cravings. Um, you
It's
know,
all telling you, I can't handle this. I want to
yeah,
shut down. It's basically the mind that wants to shut down.
sleep, like attendance, consistency. You're
And
definitely like,
consistency is very hard when there are
mm-hmm,
moments which trigger you,
yeah,
because they cost you a lot of energy. And if you cannot sleep right because of the nightmares, well, try and be consistent if you don't want to sleep.
okay. Yeah. I kind of like I think it was when I got into movement makers. I think sure. But I think on December, I actually kind of like I had my daughter's birthday on I think it was Friday, but on Saturday, I know on Monday I had an interview and I had a job, and the same day I lost my job, and I also I I got into a car accident where I lost my car, and it was due to unfortunately my sleeping, not being, me not being able to sleep, because at that time, between December, January, and February, that's when I was mostly like posting. It was because I was up. I couldn't
Hmm.
sleep. I couldn't, even like now, but like, now I'm kind of like, it's more, I'm like, okay, you know what, you have a goal now. Like me, it's kind of like now, okay, like, you know what, you got to get out of this because you have a purpose, and you're going to lose your momentum if you continue to be there. That's what I kept like out of the blue. You guys told me like once in a blue moon, and I was like, hey guys, I'm still here. But I was
Yeah,
literally
I knew
just
you were
hanging
still
by a
there.
thread.
I
But
saw
I'm
it. I
happy that
saw
I'm
it.
back now. And honestly with you, I think sometimes consistency is very hard, especially if you are being neglected, I guess, or you're going through some hard times, or rejection. I think as a woman or as a person in general, it can be difficult when get rejected, either a relationship not working, either being in a toxic relationship, or being not only, I'm not saying not only the person, but it could be, no, obviously it was me too, because you know what I'm saying. This is because sometimes when you don't have the proper growing up, it can be hard for a relationship. It can be hard to be consistent in your marriage and your being there for your children. But I'm kind of happy that I was able to, with whatever I went through in my life, I was able to be consistent, at least to be there for my kids, which is amazing. I love my kids and my girls. That kind of like keeps me going. But I just feel, was good letting you know that last month they went to see my family. My family is in Ecuador. I have not seen them for almost like 18 years. So, that was like something that at the time when we were doing the videos and we were talking about forgiveness and oh my, and I was just like swallowing it, but I was like, oh, I was like hurting, you know what I mean? And
Sure.
but then, when I went to Ecuador, I was able to see my mom. I was able to be there with my sisters. I took the courage. When Evan was saying, and you know what, I take any advice from you guys, because you know why, it comes genuine, and I love genuine. And anything that is genuine is like, if that is good for you, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? And so I went to see them, and I was able to close that chapter. So basically, I was able to go there and be like, I forgive you, my mom, for not being there. And but I also was able to, uh maybe not close the chapter of, my father, because I don't know my father. But I think, my me not being consistent and then falling off, it was also due to, being rejected from my father's family and not taking me in. You know what I mean? And not knowing him, or not knowing to this point. But we're not going to talk about that. So, but I wanted to talk
Okay,
about it
take a
because it's
minute.
something that
Take
needed
a
to,
minute. Breathe. Breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe through
So,
it. Just
yeah.
a sec.
So, but it's good. So consistency is like, it's just forgiving. Sometimes you just gotta forgive and just see what happens. You
Yeah,
know.
but you went through a whole lot of stuff. First of all, you were traveling.
Hmm.
You weren't
Yeah.
close by, and that's then you were already out of your routine. So, are you going to record videos when you're traveling? You might be, you might not want to be. I mean,
Hmm.
a lot of people don't like it when you are recording videos and they are in the picture. So that already
Yes.
makes it a little bit harder. And stick to
Hmm.
routine. I mean, everything is different from when the sun gets up to when it gets down to the climate, the
Hmm.
environment where you are. I mean, everything is
Hmm.
totally different. So just absorbing all that stuff and then trying to be consistent, that's kind of a challenge. What I usually do is I like the different environments, so that's why I get my phone and I capture it all, what I see. That's my
Yeah.
way of being consistent. But if you're not used to doing so, then it's
Hmm.
going to be hard. And of course, with everything you just shared, seeing all these people, that's, the impact that it has on you emotionally, mentally, that's a lot. And of
Yeah.
course, that's going to drain you and you're going to be exhausted. And, as a result, it's hard to be consistent.
Yeah. But I sometimes,
So it makes sense.
you know, like, I just have to like keep pushing myself through it, and just, I can finally say today, it took me a nice, month, because I went last month. So it took me a month to regroup again and be like, okay, I'm back home now. But now I'm kind of like refocused, I'm like, okay, I have my playtime, playtime is over. I had enough time to move around. Okay, now let's get back to refocusing, and
Did you take pictures when you were there?
yes, I did definitely took a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, a lot of stuff I'm doing.
Okay, so you've got a whole lot of footage out there, and you can use that footage.
Yes, I'm definitely, I'm between, like, that I have a lot, which I'm gonna do the video. So I'm just gonna be posting and posting and posting because, I definitely do want to keep consistent, being consistent on which that's definitely what I, want to do. And, and while we are like, talking and discussing on the videos and stuff like that, definitely, like, do we know what is our next challenge or not yet?
No, we don't know yet. We know it's the first Thursday of the new month.
Okay, okay. So we still on the consistency. No, because I missed this Thursday. I actually, my daughter was in the hospital, so I'm laughing. I'm sorry, but it just feels like sometimes it's always like I have some type of excuse, and it's like, oh my freaking God, I'm running out of
That's
excuses.
life. That is life. You know, one of the reasons I can be consistent is basically because I'm on my own. I don't have kids.
Ugh.
So I may have clients and all that stuff, but I can, reschedule it. And so, yeah, I'm there for people late at night if it's needed.
Mhm.
I don't mind. Hey, Joe. But it's about, for me, it's a lot easier. I mean,
Mhm.
when you only have to deal with me, myself, and I, and the clients, of course, then it's, I don't have to think like, oh, I need to go to the hospital, or something has been delayed, or I need to pick up, or I need to arrange. I don't have all those things
Yeah.
distracting me, so that makes it a lot easier. Of course, I need to go to the physical therapist like twice a week. That takes up
Mm.
a lot of time, and so do my clients every once in a while. I do talk to them a lot, so I get it. But you have some gems out there with all the footage you have created, and with all the healing we were talking about. So Joe just popped in. Well, Joe, I don't know if you remember Mariela, but she just figured out that, or found out that she's got some serious PTSD. Um, but again, back to the footage. If you just take like one item or something that at that moment was really important to you, because maybe a childhood memory, something where you love to play, or maybe something you did with one of your sisters. If you take such a moment and you show it to us, and it could be like 30 seconds, it could be a minute, it could be longer, and you just add a little something why it was so important to you. That's what you can do in order to be consistent. And you can use those short videos just in that time frame that you have, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes. And, and it's probably going to be good for you because those memories can be very emotional. And then when you
Mhm.
have to go back to the day-to-day stuff, I mean, you've got a
Yeah.
5-year-old, of course. Then she will make sure that at some point you need to do something for her. I mean, that's 5 years old. 5-year-olds, they need some attention, and they
Yeah.
they need you to help them out.
Yeah.
But in between, that's when you can actually do your own thing, do your own stuff, and
Yeah.
just
Try
take
to
it
do.
one step at a time.
Yeah, I try to definitely. That's why sometimes at night usually I kind of like my time is usually like roughly around between like 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning. That's when I'm up, like four,
Mhm.
five, 6, 7. Try to go to sleep, but that's because I can't sleep. So, but that's okay. So at 4 o'clock I start, depending. Sometimes 3. So I try to keep consistency, but when I'm up on those times, I don't do a lot of, I'm not a lot of videos, but I do a lot of YouTube. I be listening to Don Cardone's, I listen to Evan, I listen to all of them, and I like that because you know what, sometimes if you do not have somebody, or yourself cannot be positive, you find people the saying is like, and if you have no encourage, listen to people that encourage you until you actually start being encouraged, so then you can encourage somebody else. So it's kind of like a
True.
go yin and the yang. It just continue, and I personally feel like, what you give you get. So and so I try to be as helpful as I can, and I also try to be as open as I can on my life, because honestly with you, that's what we had to do for the videos, but at the same time it will help somebody else.
Yeah, that's so true. And just the fact that you're out there doing this live with us, while at the same time your 5-year-old is around there
She's
and you're
ready to
taking
go.
care of her, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing it. And that's one of
Yeah.
those things which is incredible. I don't know if you know Mary Ma.
No.
So she takes. Okay, well, Mary Ma, she's originally from Cameroon and she lives in Canada right now. And so she also takes care of her nephews and her nieces. So
Uh-huh.
a lot of times when Zen is on or when other people are on, you can actually see them in the background.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of funny. And I mean, that's life. That's life.
It
And
is.
thank
So this is how we work now.
yeah, and yeah, and how sorry I am
I
for
love you.
Corona having been there and still being there, and the lots of lives that it took away. It also had a positive effect on people working from home. And what does
Yeah.
it actually seem like? Hey, people can work from home even when their kids are around. Joe says she's so cute.
Oh, thank you. She's a she though.
Yeah. Well, Joe, if you want to join, just let us know.
Thank
We're
you.
talking about consistency. Yeah, she's got a granddaughter who just became, is she 2 or 3, Violet? And oh man, she's so adorable. I think she became 2 years old just recently.
Oh yeah. Yes, because
And
during the epidemic it was hard too.
mhm,
2019, 2020. It was kind of hard because of people lost their jobs. I lost my job. That
yeah, a lot of
so
people lost their jobs. Oh, yeah,
that that was another blow that that
yeah,
you
sure.
another hurdle, and then trying to figure out how to especially with children, how to figure out. She has autism, so it's kind of like yeah. So I'm 24/7.
Oh, yeah, I've got a couple of clients who are
Yes,
on autistic spectrum. So I know
yes.
what you're talking about. So is it
So
just
it's kind of
her or is
hard.
it the
It's
other one?
hard to because you gotta be 24/7. They don't understand. It's like but they are so lovable. They're smart. They just want love. That's basically what it is. They're like fallen
Yeah,
angels, kind of.
structure,
You know.
structure, and not too many stimuli from outside. Oh, I just read Violet became 3 years old. She's peach.
Yeah.
But is she diagnosed with the PDD NOS or with the Asperger version?
Well, right now
Do
they
you know?
want to give her that laptop. I guess there is like a laptop that you can use for them to be able to. She does knows a lot, but she doesn't express. So
Hmm.
she's taking in, but she's not expressing it out on which. But she definitely smart, like counting, coloring. You should see the upstairs. I don't know if you've seen the video of the
Yeah, I
pictures that
did.
she
I
did.
did.
Oh my, like the whole thing.
Yeah.
She
Well, there's actually
but
a version of autism where you don't speak in the first few years. So
mhm.
that's normal. So and it's the brain focus on certain areas. So because they're lacking in certain areas, in other areas they are very smart.
Yes,
But it's
and also
this,
overstimulation.
yeah, you have to be very careful with stimulation. So that's why structure is so important.
Yeah, definitely. But lady, I thank you for coming in. I want to keep talking. What it calls tomorrow? Wills is gonna be in, or remember we discussed, or it was it for today?
Today we were talking about consistency, and tomorrow I have my show. And I
Wills
would
will
love to
join
get
us.
into a little bit about depression, but more, I think that the PTSD would be more relevant. How to,
Okay.
how to be consistent,
Yeah.
even though you're experiencing PTSD, because that's hard. That's hard. And if you want
Mm-hmm.
to share a few things, and then maybe Joe wants to be there too. I don't know. I never know what I mean. She's busy. She's busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a
Yeah.
busy grandma. She's still a
Yeah.
mother herself. So she still has one living at home. Actually, two at the moment. So so yeah, I want to be. So if people want to see it, they can go to Lady Lexy's Live on the Road on YouTube. And
Yes.
I'll schedule
Definitely.
one, so I'll post something on Instagram so people can actually see when it will be, and so
Yeah.
they can actually just go there. It also will be on the Facebook pages, Lady Lexy or Lady Lexy's Live on the Road. It's one of the two.
Yes.
So
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to discuss that and also like be able to see, whoever else joins, and also like, discussing on ways on we can you know keep fighting through this and keep consistency and able to make better choices and just continue on with your brand or whatever you're trying to do. But thank you, lady, for coming in today. I
well,
do
thank you so
appreciate your
much.
time, and I thank you. I appreciate you for allowing me to have some time spent with you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you
Well,
tomorrow.
thank you for having been there and for having this collaboration. And also, thank you for your honesty. I totally appreciate it. So I'm going to give you a fist bump on the camera.
Thumbs up.
Yes.
Thank you, so much, lady, and keep up with those videos. Okay, I'm
Yeah, yeah.
definitely taking info from those and from you.
Let's do some duets or stitches on TikTok. I would love that. So.